the stadium course at PGA West. Designed by none other than the man behind TPC Sawgrass, Pete Dye. Diabolical, Frank. How would you describe the layout of the golf course?
I think diabolical is the first thing that would come to mind. This is how Pete Dye got his reputation, by building these type of golf courses. Matter of fact, in 1987, the players voted. They didn't want to keep coming back here. They thought it was too tough. But it has been used as a tour qualifying site. So if you think it's too tough for the regular pro, you imagine trying to qualify for your PGA Tour card and playing this, is it?
Frank, how about that?
Oh, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced around, steered straight in. Amazing shot, and really deserves it.
Frank, this is a nice-looking hole. Not long, only 371 yards, but challenging in its own way.
It is challenging. The best approach here, really, is a conservative tee shot to set up an aggressive second.
In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Frank, players have hybrids. Some have irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on third.
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole, when he goes after it like he is here.
Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
A little bit of magic from here. This hole's not over. Rich, I thought he could get this far.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. I tell you, there's long and long, and that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one. Hazard?
Maybe wet. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Make it 2 birdies on the day. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Where you break down shots or break down a hole. How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
Drivable par 4, Not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Hit it. This is for his birdie. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a free shotter like it is for everybody else.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's no snap, though.
Frank, I thought that was in.
You know, great effort. A little too strong. It didn't take the break.
He's got a birdie chance now coming back.
Finishing out the front nine with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, it's a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot.
Now at the long par 5 11. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. A little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side, so you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
No way! He hold it, Frank.
Great pitch up.
To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. Frank, P. Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. You know, that's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you got the widest fairway. Then you got the longer second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Oh, dude, that in the hole. Tremendous shot.
Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you'll just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of the screen, just taking the three.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Well, Frank, kind of a make or break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Like that. He's holding. Just a phenomenal play right there. Par 4 15th measuring in at 468 yards. Now at the 15th, par 4, 468 yards. It is nicknamed Turning Home as we are making our way towards the close of this round.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16.
Especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. But then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
Good-looking shot right here.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track.
Oh, dude, that's an eagle. Par 3 17. It is the signature hole here at PGA West. They call it Alcatraz with good reason. You can get locked up here and they'll throw away the key. It's a place that has spoiled a lot of rounds through the years.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Good putt.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards. But again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter.
Frank, you have to like what you saw out there today.
I certainly did. Swing is excellent right now. Stroke, there's nothing wrong with that. Really